do you really prefer it? I like how that's the opening.
Because it's a choice.
Is this what you want your life to be? Is this what you want to keep happening? And I think we have to know that there's no other option except this is what's going to happen again to me. And you can take this into anything sinful, because sin's addictive. Whether it's lusting in a marriage, cheating, stealing. I mean, we could go on and on. I don't need to list them all, right? But once you've played in that field, you just got to know, this is always not going to end well. What is up, YouTube family? We are back with another episode of our High on Jesus podcast, number 22. You are here today with Just in Time with Justin Hallis.
And Austin with a Y.
And today, I'm excited for this one. So, I get asked a lot, does the Bible even really talk about drugs or alcohol? And so today we're going to talk about when the cup bites back, when the drugs bite back.
Right.
When it's cool for a minute and then it goes south very, very quickly. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And yes, the Bible does address that, so stick around. It's going to be a good one. It is September 22nd. It's about to be the fourth quarter coming up.
That is crazy. I know April posted so-and-so days till Christmas. I'm deleted friend request. And I didn't, but I was I don't like you very much.
I love Christmas.
I do too, but I'm not ready.
Well, so what I either do is I want to put the Christmas carols on early, and then Bonnie always gets mad because Thanksgiving is her favorite holiday.
So do you do the Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
The day after?
Oh, yeah.
Not before?
Oh, yeah. The day after. The weekend after is when we usually
I know
go
you got
go
your
get
Star Wars Santa hat, I think, that you break out last year.
Let's save that for a couple months. Let's talk about the fall vibe.
Yes.
The pumpkins. School going good. What's going on with you these days?
I will be, actually, when this airs, I will be coming back from my reunion.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Tristan is with her dad that weekend. So the girls will be going to yet another church camp this coming up weekend. They're actually going to be the leaders this time.
Okay.
So they are very excited.
That's awesome.
At Dayspring, again, it's a weekend, so it's only 3 days.
That's cool, man. Glad your kids are involved with all that.
They love it. Beckett's got the girlfriend, so he's taking her back.
Yep.
So we're looking for a place.
Okay.
I went and looked at one this morning that is doable. It's an apartment, not a house. We want a yard, so it's just starting a little early because our lease is up in November. So that's kind of trying to have the non-negotiables of what we're looking for, because I settled on this last one.
Yep.
So because it was a yes, so we settled. Not every yes is good. I'm learning, taking notes.
Not every open door is from God.
Yes.
That's another podcast.
Yeah. That might be a couple. The issue is, our backgrounds are not terrible, but when you have an eviction or whatnot, you just have to find that one. And I think that's when God truly opens the door for you. It's when those people receive that, yes, you've changed your life. Yes, you work a full-time job. Yes, you're a great mom. We'll give you a chance. So I think that's what, I'm just got to knock on the right door.
Cool.
And have boundaries with it. So, yes.
It'll happen. Now's round 2. You get to know what you want, a little more what you're looking for.
I mean, I
be
like
upfront
the east
and
side,
honest.
but come on.
You're gonna find the right place.
Yes. So if anybody has a 4-bedroom rental in Palmetto, I'm looking. So
we actually need, if you got any type of rental, shoot us a DM because we got many people that could fill that vacancy that are up and coming, doing well, ready to move on to something of their own. So there are a lot of people that we're proud of doing amazing.
Yes.
So I'm coming off a date weekend, which is
it your time or hers?
One of mine. I think it's mine. Yeah.
So
yeah. It's mine.
Store. You're going to the...
So obviously we're recording this a little before the weekend, but no, we're not going to the store. But actually, so I think we actually already talked about it today, furniture shopping. So I need a new dresser. The one I have was my grandma's old one, and it's not holding up that well anymore. So shout out to Grandma. I appreciate that, but I'm gonna have to let it go. You want to know what was awesome about it? This is the old school. I was going through it and part of it almost had like a false bottom on the drawer, and I was like, man, that's weird. Why is this like this? I open it up. There's like a wad of cash sitting in the drawer. Because, like at grandparents, they always be storing cash everywhere and
My
everything.
grandmother was always about her winter coats. She would stick like a $50 bill, so when it was wintertime again, she'd be like, oh, snap. Yeah.
Yeah, little grandma stash was in there. Thanks, Grandma. I found it. I might want to break that thing down more before we send it
I was
on.
going to say, I might need a dresser. I'll split it with you if I want.
But Layla needs a new bed, and she's had the little, youth bed, or I'm not even sure what size it is. So at least she needs a twin or possibly a full. So maybe one other thing. What we like to do is just wrap that all up, find a 0% APR deal.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are the best things for us.
And she wants to redo her room too, I think, right?
She does.
Layla was talking about that.
Yeah, she wants to paint it. She may want a new dresser also, so we'll see what it has. We like American Signature Furniture over there on UTC. Shout out to them. We need a sponsorship from you.
Yeah.
But have you ever been there?
Yes, I've been in there once, but it's been a minute. But
that's one of our favorite spots. They have an awesome selection. Always take care of us with a 0% APR deal. Some of them are like 4 or 5 years and don't even take like a crazy credit to get.
Is that where you got your couch from?
It is.
That couch is like impossible to get out of. If you're going down, like there's no way I can watch football on that couch.
Well, you don't like it though, right?
I would be like, done.
Me and you don't like the soft couches. Bonnie wants like as soft as possible, just melts into it.
I'd never get up.
I literally lay on it with her just to be next to her sometimes, and you're talking like 20 minutes and I'm in agony and I got to get up and go back to my chair. So
at least you're right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we did it, so I can kind of like put my foot over on her as she stretches out on like the ottoman part.
Yep.
But yeah, so Sundays are also one of my favorite days, man. So it's every other. She's supposed to work. My wife is supposed to work every other weekend. So really, it was like I only had 26 Sundays a year with her, which made it even more special on the ones I had. But lately, she's been scheduling. That's what I'm saying. She's been scheduling like just naturally. They've been scheduling her off. I guess Mondays and Fridays are not fan favorites by the other nurses. And since Bonnie's so flexible, she's like, yeah, I don't care. So she's been working some of those, and then she gets the Sunday off, and I'm like, this is nice. Yeah. So yeah, I love my Sundays, man.
Yeah.
I listen to that song. Yeah. I love about Sundays.
I love that.
But it's church. It's family, it's friends, it's food, it's spending time with her. It's kind of like we have a little time we get to spend extra together. It's just super nice, man. I really love Sundays.
I do too. I get to play softball on Sundays if it'll ever stop raining.
Yeah. You and multiple people I know are in the softball thing. I'm good. It's a pass.
So much. Yeah.
I just see myself pulling a hammy, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
I completely forgot to mention this last week. I guess Brian and Pastor Steve were at Layla's party sitting next to each other. And you know me, I'm not going to sit around. I'm, of course, jumping at Sky Zone. And I guess I started doing flips and cartwheels.
No.
And I guess Pastor Steve's like, in mid-conversation, Brian, he's like, is she doing cartwheels? He like completely stopped talking and was like, what is she doing?
He did a gymnast routine for the Olympics.
It was fun.
Out in Sky Zone.
So it was good.
You, my wife, Crystal, out there jumping. I didn't jump.
It was fun. It was good.
That's funny. One reason leading into the shoe news, I wasn't going to take my shoes off and put them off the side somewhere.
Score.
That was one major reason I didn't jump.
Your slides, you know.
Yeah.
I will never wear another pair of slides ever.
I actually let Layla pick my shoes out. We went into the room. We checked it out. I was like, all right, Layla, what do you feel? And I was like, what about this and this? And we went, and then she picked a pair that she really liked. So that was one she picked. Oddly enough, but it was cool.
Yeah. Y'all are all in shades of blue.
One of my favorite pairs.
Yes, of course. One of the 48 favorite favorite pairs.
So this leading the shoe news, Jordan Brand's got to chill, man. When I like and see the people that they know, the releases that are all coming out, and this year it's just been every episode. It's this, it's that, it's a four. It's insane what's been coming out. So I'd seen some of the stuff for next year, not quite as hyped up. So good, because we need to chill. It's a little too much.
It's not you.
Yeah, it's a we, because it's a whole group. It's all my guys. I
thought you were meaning like your household.
Oh no! I mean like all my friends and people that are with. We need a break.
I saw Wayne this morning. He was like, "Don't forget the shoe news. Don't forget it." There you go, Wayne.
That's awesome. So this week on Saturday, it's supposed to be the Jordan 5 Tokyos coming out. Mm-hmm. Now this is a sample pair that came out. So sometimes though Jordan Brand will make a sample of a shoe. Mm-hmm. They'll make like a few sizes, a few like literally like 20 pairs, like a very small handful amount. They'll pass them out to like friends and family or like close people of, Jordan Brand. And then those shoes somehow make it to the resale market and people pay extravagant amounts of money for them. Let's just say this shoe, now it's a little different than the one that released in the sample pair. So they changed a couple little things on it. Mm-hmm. But basically people have paid like, I've seen $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 sales on this shoe, and they say that they're breaking open the vault. So they go in some old samples and they brought them back and made. It's not going to be a lot of pairs, but there's going to be some coming out. And yeah, so interesting enough, they're dropping this Saturday on the US side. So it says these were
actually dropped in like 2011.
Yes. Okay. 2011 was when the sample came out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like a mustardy.
So basically that's like some people's grail list, and I'm not going to lie, like imagine if you paid that amount and then they re-release them, kind of. At least you got the one that's a little different. But yeah, so this is interesting. So they dropped them overseas first in Asia, in Tokyo. And then they were doing a U.S. release later. So I'm in my shoe group. This is kind of interesting.
So it said they were Japan. That was in August 23rd. They dropped them in Japan. Is what it says. Okay.
So my shoe groups were like, hey, there's an app called Sneaker Dunk, which is which is the equivalent of like StockX or GOAT for Asia. That's right. It's right in their backyard. They're like, bro, they're super cheap on there. They're only like $50 over retail. And I was like, yeah, I got to pull the trigger on that. I got to get these early. So I get them and I order it. I couldn't believe. I mean, literally. On the American apps, they're like twice as much money.
So let me guess, you're going to start ordering from.
No, that was just for this one. That was just for this one because it was in their backyard, basically. And so then I order them, and like 2 days later, I saw someone posting from there saying, "Bro, look how high the price is with the tariffs on there." So apparently, I got to pull the trigger right before they officially loaded the tariff cost on there, and they're charging people $60-$80 for tariff. Coming over here, so I like made it right underneath the clock.
Won like twice now,
basically.
So you got the pinks, those blue ones, and now you got the mustard. Okay.
So I got the score overseas, and it is a beautiful pair. They came in already. They're super nice.
Perfect for fall.
Yes.
It will be perfect.
Yes, I love it. They're very, very nice. But I thought that was crazy. And now when I see, because I'm in like a bunch of people that resell, so I mean the tariff is definitely a thing. So people used to buy from like UK and different stuff. And even if they're selling a used shirt, there's a tariff charge on it. So
like eBay from over there?
Absolutely. Now, I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure I'm going to double check that now that you brought it up. But these other apps I'm on, if the seller is in the UK and he's selling you a worn shirt, you paying a tariff on it
for it crossing into. Okay,
correct. Pause for a sec. Jason, do we want to turn this back on?
Oh shoot!
Locating the clicker.
Here you go. I got it right.
All right, cool.
That's crazy.
Isn't that interesting? Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, you good.
So I thought that was interesting tidbit. And it was like, I think, like, 'cause I know the tariffs existed, but I think something must have just officially passed because I looked at these apps before and it wasn't there like a couple weeks ago. Now it's on all of them. I went to another app, sure enough, and it even has like a filter to say like duty free on it. So you don't have to pay like tariffs or duties on it. And it added, like, if you're buying a shirt for $60, it added like another 50 something dollars on there. So they're probably crying at that one because they know their sales are going to plummet because no one's going to pay double the price just to get it over here.
I don't know if you want them shoes bad enough.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I'd probably wait for the U.S. release if I was going to charge that much. Oh man! And then on feet. So this is interesting. This is actually a one that I have in my collection. So this is the Jordan 1 Mid, which not a lot of people have a lot of, but this one. Tell me this don't look like the Incredible Hulk.
It does.
This one's serious. It's got the lime
St.
green
Patty's
on
Day.
there. It could be a St. Patty's Day mix. You got like the darker green, but that lime green just pops off of it. I've gotten many compliments on this one. A couple offers too for people trying to buy them from me.
Yeah.
But I just kept them because they're different.
Because they're not one of your favorites, but they're different. Or they.
I mean. If it was on an OG high, we would be. But I mean, it's a mid, but still, it's just beautiful.
What's your favorite
man.
mid? How's that?
It's 100%.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good summary. 100%. I love that. I love that
I'm
pair.
keeping on researching it, so watch. I'm going to end up learning more about
She's on
shoes.
it. She's on it. I love that we have the pics now, so we can discuss them together.
Yes.
Now you actually know what I'm talking about.
I do. Now Brian has like 3 pair, I think.
Nice.
He still hasn't worn the camo ones.
No?
Nope. Still in the
We
box.
got her husband it's a Jordan 1 Airship, which is the first shoe that Jordan ever wore.
Really?
Believe it or not, people don't know that. The Airship 1 was the first one before his actual Jordan 1 was made. Kind of looks like it a little bit, but it's a real tree camo. And her and her man are country, so it was perfect.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I just have to get the matching ones, so yeah.
He's got to get a shirt for
I
it.
still want them, the Ben and Jerry's ones you showed.
Oh, snap.
They're almost, they look like cow print.
I'm corrupting people. Yeah, the Ben and Jerry's show these, Chris.
Yeah.
SB Dunk Low, Ben and Jerry's.
Mine are only $2,300. That's it.
That's not too bad.
My mom will kill me.
They went. It's because they dropped during COVID when the selling was crazy, and so I mean, just so you know, that shoe was like $100 something retail. I believe immediately they were at like 1,000, 1,200, and then they just like skyrocketed from there. So I want to take a minute here and give a huge shout out to our business sponsors, Automatic Bail Bonds. We bail your tail out of jail with a quickness. A big shout out to them for being a huge supporter of what we do here. If you, your loved one, anyone, we don't wish it on you, but if someone you know does go to jail, Autumn and her team, they actually care about the people that they help to bail out. So please use them. They're a huge asset in this community. Journey to Greatness Sober Living Homes, preparing you for your new journey of life and beyond. They have a multiple men's and women's homes in Manatee County. And so if you're looking for a sober living house, or maybe your loved one, someone that you know, get in contact with them. All the links are below in our comments, guys. Also, Florida Elite Monitoring. They do ankle monitors and also alcohol level tracking with confidence. So maybe they're court-ordered to get an ankle monitor, or maybe they voluntarily want to be able to show the judge, hey, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything like that. They have all kinds of neat ways that they can help you out with some things. And then Dump Dynasty. You give them a call, they will pull up the trailer to your house. You can clean out your garage, remodel, whatever it is, fill that dumpster up, and then they take it away for you. No hassle on your end. So those are 4 different business sponsors and just businesses in the community that care and they want to make a difference.
Hand Up to Victory was given the opportunity to have a new office, and
well, that's exciting.
Yes, that's definitely exciting. So there is Under One Roof will be opening on October the 1st,
which is explain what that is for people that don't know.
So Under One Roof Helping Up Mission has been asked to come to Manatee County out of Baltimore, Maryland, and up there they have a men's and women's facility where it's a 1-year program where mental health and addiction clients can go and basically get their life, change their life. They can go back to school, whether it be a degree or with a trade. You can get your GED. They accept women that have kids under 2, pregnant women. I mean, nice. So you can truly leave your people, place, and things behind in Manatee County and truly go up there and focus on yourself and grow.
Yeah, take some time to work on you.
So they have been invited down here. We're going to have a 40 women shelter in place. Okay. It's going to be a 28-day program. It's also going to be a hub for organizations like Hand Up to Victory, NAMI, maybe Women's Resource Center, Centerstone. There are going to be some rotating offices. So there's going to be the Ramon and Sarah from Helping Up Mission in the facility itself. And then they're also going to do some overnight stays for women, but to be able to stay there, you're going to have the commitment, to a 20-day program.
Cool.
So we're just looking really forward to it. It's going to be a place where people can just walk in and just have the ability to change their life. And, I just think I'm really excited about it. So
that's sweet. Yeah. So basically this was a lot what Manatee County invested a lot of the opioid settlement money into. Amazing program. Help get people off the streets. Some people could be court ordered. Some people are voluntarily going up there. They actually fly them up to Baltimore. They attend the program. Then they either have the option to stay up there and continue to serve once they graduated, or they'll fly them back here. That's where Hand Up to Victory, may possibly come in to be of a resource and help out with that next step. And just truly honored that we were one of the very few organizations that got asked to have an office with them.
Hey, y'all, you've heard us talk about our nonprofit Hand Up to Victory. I am here to tell you that it changed my life. I don't know where I would be without it. So below is a link to handuptovictory.org. Please click on that link and go to the donations tab. You may save a life, change a life. And I am living proof. We have our gala coming up in November. We would love it if you could be a business sponsor. If your in-kind donation could be raffled off to also change a life or save a life. So handuptovictory.org. Please donate if you can.
God's got his hand in everything.
Yes.
And
so the ribbon cutting is October 1st at 10:30.
Sweet.
And we can put the address here if you'd like.
Sure.
To support of the ribbon cutting, or if you have an organization that you might want to have at the ribbon cutting. So it's October 1st at 10:30. I believe it's 417 57th Avenue West.
Good memory.
Yes, I try.
That's cool. So we're going to be there. A bunch of organizations are going to be there. If you are local in Manatee County and would like to join us, feel free to come on out.
Yes, should be a good day.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
And I think that's a Wednesday.
Yes.
And good thing we had a guest speaker, because that'd be the only reason, the only way that I can make it.
Night.
Oh, cool.
Alice.
Okay.
Yes. So
sweet.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, that's some good news.
Yes. So.
And on to the comment crawl once again. So this is coming from our episode number 21, Redeeming the Time.
So all the comments. So this
the two. Yeah. Okay. The two good ones. So this is again, you want your comment written, comment on these videos, y'all. So this is from Shayna Sullivan. She said, I'll be volunteering again, wouldn't miss it, love you guys. I assume she was talking about the fall gala coming up.
I'm guessing so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she always is up in the mix doing something. She always has a heart to help others. So we're talking about our fundraiser dinner that we're having for Hand Up to Victory, our nonprofit organization, coming up on Sunday, November 9th. We're looking forward to it. Sounds like Shayna's in.
Yes.
We have a bunch of volunteers there. What's super cool about what our donors get to see is most every volunteer that we have there on that night was helped by Hand Up to Victory.
Yes.
And now they're doing amazing, and now they're there giving back and showing people that this does work. And so that's a blessing to see that night.
Can't wait.
People giving back. So we're excited. We love you too, Shayna. Look forward to seeing you there on that night. And my man James Riley, J Riley 486, he said, first, just speaking of what it meant to him, he said, I got so much out of this. What I'm spending my time on may be good and all, but is it the best or what God wants in order for me to grow personally or to help grow the kingdom? Serious food for thought. That's just the first half of what he said, but that's so real, because we talked about sometimes you may have to leave what's good, or you're doing some bunch of good things, but in order to get to great, you're going to have to leave some of that behind. And, is this what God wants us to be spending our time on? Is this leading anywhere, or are we just kind of running in all different directions that we self-generated, and it's kind of running outside of God's will a little bit?
Convicted again.
No comment.
No comment.
Something. So he added, I love this, man. I've been waiting for this. Something I'd like to hear discussed possibly is how to deal with the change in mind state of going to meetings, NAAA or something similar, to wanting to focus on Bible study groups and meetings. Is it something y'all experience in your recovery journeys? As always, I love y'all and greatly appreciate all you do for me and our community. God bless. Thanks, James. We love that. But so
That's
my response is, first of all, 100%. That's going to be an upcoming episode because we finally got someone to put like what they want to hear. So we're definitely going to be discussing that. That's going to be a good one.
And that's exactly kind of what my mindset. We both, graduated a program, and like, how do you shift out of that? Like from having to go to meetings to getting to choose the ones that you need or want to go to.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be good.
So it's, we'll save it's a discussion there, but I'll never say anything bad about NA or AA meetings. They've helped so many. They're a worldwide organization that, if you know the 12 steps, it was God ordained by the Oxford group. It comes from the Bible. It's directly related to what Jesus teaches us. So the 12 steps are going to do nothing but help us out. But I understand what he means, and what I notice, I'll just speak because I know him personally. Some people, it's like when you're going to all those meetings, and I don't know, and somewhere along the way, you almost just want more of a spiritual focus. Like, it's good and all, but sometimes certain things can't be talked about. And now he's getting really hungry to try to go to Bible studies, to try to do some different things. And so, there's nothing wrong with that. I like there's a story in the Bible where it was the transfiguration on the mountain, right? And then Peter, James, and John, they got to see a different side of Jesus as they went to the top of the mountain. So not waste, an hour unpacking that. Basically, like, what I always got out of that, a piece of it is that, like, God is going to reveal himself differently as you continue to journey upward and onward with them. And I'll just say, the Jesus that I understand at 12 years, almost 12 years sober versus 1 year is completely different. And God has definitely revealed different parts of himself as I've continued that journey along the way. So there's nothing wrong with growing, nothing wrong with changing. There was plenty of things I did at year 1 that I would never do now. I acted certain ways in year 1 and 2 that I wouldn't act now. Doesn't mean that I wasn't saved back then. It was just God was working on me. God was revealing different things along the way. Hey, I want you to focus on this. Let's get this out of your life, whatever it is. So nothing wrong with growing and changing. Thank you for the topic, James. We're definitely going to be talking about that in an upcoming episode.
And he's really excited, by the way.
She's all fired up.
Yeah, and he's really excited about his shirt and hat. You got coming for him, too. I might have
snap.
that.
Yeah, he did a special order. He's going with the neon yellow joint with the High on Jesus shirt, High on Jesus hat.
Yep.
We got that merch available online, y'all. HighOnJesus.org.
Yes.
James is repping that.
Uh-oh.
So
I just read it.
This came off as short, and I think the shorts and we were talking about the algorithm with someone earlier, but I think the shorts just get thrown out to a lot more people, and that's where I see a
randomly,
lot. They may not even. I don't know why or how, but that's where a lot of the smack talk kind of comes off the shorts. I don't know if this dude's just being funny or if he's
what short was this one? Do you know?
You always ask me that, and I gotta start marking that. It was something silly. Oh yeah, the funniest part was this was a very odd short, kind of in my opinion, but it was a 15-second short of me just saying I like the worship music at Oasis Church. So it had nothing to do with anything.
So at Oasis, we have really fun, up and down, jumping, fun, and then it kind of calms down in the second one. Yeah. So. Well,
the worship music, what I was saying is what I love about them is they'll play a song I never even heard, and then it helps me. Not only is it an awesome experience, but I grab my phone, I look it up on Apple Music, and then I play it throughout the week because then I got a new worship song to listen to.
Okay.
So he's probably just messing around. He said, "What skin color is Jesus?" And then someone else got up in there and said, "Probably white." And I I think it's just like a classic. I think they like make fun of Americans because we got like the blonde haired, blue eyed Jesus on the wall or something, or it's like the brown hair. The guys we Jesus is white as snow, and I think like sometimes that stereotypical picture that we have, people make fun of us. Like you realize he was Jewish, really. So I think it's just the two guys like messing around, or maybe it's a slide like. He probably thinks that Jesus is a white guy talking about me. And so I just answered back honestly. I said I wasn't there to see him in person, so I couldn't. I was like probably olive tan.
Say, have you seen The Chosen?
Yeah, sorry, that was a little before my time on the earth, though. I wasn't there to shake his hand and check it out, but I'm guessing, a lot of sun out. Jewish guy,
probably in shape from walking everywhere. Yeah,
everyone was ripped back then, I think. Because think about how many calories did you burn all day long walking everywhere, doing all kinds of manual labor for everything that you had to set up and do. Go get water was a chore, right? You've seen people walk to the well and then have to carry two huge, multi-gallon containers all the way back on your back or whatever
just to go fishing from wherever you were.
I've heard that for real. What you're saying. Because typically it was like the wealthier people were like, overweight or were a little fat because they're just kind of sitting around. They're getting everything brought to them, eating high calorie food. And then because there's no pesticides, there's no bad stuff in the food. So they were just eating clean grains, fruits,
would you like
vegetables,
to go back to that time?
Meats. Would I? I guess, knowing what you know now, probably not. But, to them, that was just normal.
That was normal.
I've thought about that before, like the Oregon Trail or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was just, I love that game, too. But that was just, another day for them. That's just what they did. I truly believe that, all those people from all those times are probably rolling in their grave looking at, everything that we have. Snap of a finger. Everything's on the internet. DoorDash. Anything we want right to at our fingertips, cars that drive themselves, right? We got crazy amounts of money. We get mad that the Wi-Fi is out.
Phones won't work. Right? Yeah.
Imagine that. You lived your whole life and you didn't even have electricity, and how spoiled that we are. I don't know how we got all that off of that, but that was good.
That was not me that time.
But yeah, so sorry, Roger Erickson. I wasn't there to see him in person. So are you insinuating, do I think Jesus is white? No, I do not. But I'm guessing he had olive and tan skin to answer your question.
He's special in his way to every one of us.
So this is good, man. So I was just in my Bible, like I strive to be every single day. Can't say it's perfect, but I was up in Proverbs. I actually have all the chapters in Proverbs split the little mark at relatively the halfway point. So I was actually kind of in this thing where I was reading a half chapter of Proverbs and then reading a chapter somewhere else in the Bible. I found that better for me because I could kind of focus on the half of that chapter. But so I'm in Proverbs 23 one day, and we just get to this point, and it spoke volumes. And so interestingly, you brought up the Message version, and for time's sake, I'm just going to read the Message version, and we're going to refer back to the NIV over it.
You told me what you wanted to speak about.
The Message version does a great job in putting it in everyday language that we speak now. Yeah, and it's a lot more blunt too, I feel in certain ways. So this is it's verses 29 through 35 from Proverbs 23. This is what it says, y'all. Who are the people who are always crying the blues? My ears already perk up. Who do you know who reeks of self-pity? Who keeps getting beaten up for no reason at all? Whose eyes are bleary and bloodshot? It's those who spend the night with the bottle, for whom drinking is serious business. Don't judge wine by its label or its bouquet or its full-bodied flavor. Judge it rather by the hangover it leaves you with, the splitting headache, the queasy stomach. Do you really prefer seeing double with your speech all slurred, reeling and seasick, drunk as a sailor? They hit me, you'll say, but it didn't hurt. They beat on me, but I didn't feel a thing. When I'm sober enough to manage it, bring me another drink.
I just felt every bit of that. Like, just walking down memory lane. Like, just when I read it, the other day, like...
If you have any experience with addiction, drugs, alcohol, doesn't matter what it is, I think you know exactly what this is referring to here. So, have to ask, have you ever reached for something that promised joy but left you empty, hurting, or even addicted?
I mean, that could go for relationships, gambling, drinking.
You could fill in the blank with a lot of that with what we just read here.
Yep. You think just because it's ready right then, it's going to bring you instant joy or instant gratification. And at the end of the day, it leaves you feeling empty.
There's plenty of things in the sin realm that sound good. If we're being real, they even feel good, and they probably are good for a little while, if we're being completely honest.
Yes.
But at some point, just like God says here in the Word, it's going to come back to haunt you, my friend.
Yes.
And it's going to come back to haunt you in a major, major way. So I just want to break this down kind of verse by verse here, and then I'll get into both the versions when we break it down. So the NIV, the first couple of verses, who has woe, who has sorrow, strife, who has complaints, needless bruises, who has bloodshot eyes, those who linger over wine, who go to sample bowls of mixed wine. Message version adds, they're crying the blues. They reek of self-pity. They're getting beaten up for no reason at all. I actually like that one.
Yeah.
Right? Whose eyes are bleary, bloodshot. It's those who spend the night with a bottle, for whom drinking, using that sin, whatever it is serious business. Like, first of all, I could just say, that right there, just because we could probably do the rest of the podcast just on that. All those things, I feel like, are what each of us have gone through in different ways. You get all kinds of the woe is me.
I didn't do anything. Like, I'm telling you, when you read that, like, I read it and I sent it to you, but I was like, oh, look at this. But, like, when you read it right then, I literally, like, have flashbacks of walking through my journey, because, like, I can remember nights where I had a fifth of Jim Beam, like, under my arm going to bed, like, being transparent. Like, that is the way I lived through each day. And now I can't even imagine, like, going back to that. Like, my stomach got queasy just thinking, like,
It does all that. Anyone that's ever been trapped there that knows it's always complaints. Something's always wrong, and woe is me. It's everyone else's fault, and this is the reason why I drink and use in the first place, and it's not working out for me, so I might as well go get high. Whatever it is. Whose eyes are weary, bloodshot. I like that. Who keeps getting beaten up for no reason at all? Because we do it to ourselves.
Yeah. 100%.
It's a self-inflicted gunshot wound every single time. We can tell ourselves a story that it's something else or blame it on whatever that we want to, but at the end of the day, we're the ones that are doing it to ourselves over and over and over again.
Yeah, don't they say that the alcohol is just the symptom to, like, cover up the trauma or the actual problem?
Well, of course, because there's plenty of people that have a horrible story or went through some traumatic thing just like we did, but they fill that hole with fill in the blank. Many other things out there. And it says, right, it's those who spend the night with a bottle, for whom drinking and using is serious business. That was me.
It was a mission. Like, if I was going to do it, I was going to do it the best that I could every single
since high school, like, since the beginning of it. Like, I was out to make a name for myself. I always had the best bud. I would get the most high. If we were going somewhere, if people were doing 3, I'm doing 6.
Like, what you got? Okay, I'm gonna double that. I got that. Yeah.
Hey, Justin, want to drink a 6-pack? A 6-pack? What are you talking? A 24-pack? Like, what are you talking about, man?
It's so not funny. I'm laughing, but it's so not funny.
My dad or somebody was like, "Hey, you want to go have a beer at lunch?" And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, just have one beer?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll just have a beer real quick." I'm like, "No, I'm not even going to start, because if we're not going to continue drinking, like, I'll just wait until we're going to drink it all later on."
I mean, would you like me to have the first one? Because there's going to be 2, 3, 4. Like, there's no pause, Yes.
So God specifically describes all the side effects of someone who puts alcohol, puts drugs, I'm going to say whatever sin it is over everything. Like we talked about, like broken relationships, regret, pain, all those are typically the byproducts of whatever sin that we choose to indulge in. So next on there it says, I'll read the NIV again. So it's basically say, I like this. Don't gaze at the wine when it's red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly, because in the end it bites like a snake and poisons like a viper. That's so spot on too.
It is.
Because it's like describing, we always want to think about like when the wine looks appealing, it's sparkling in the cup,
Oh, yeah.
it goes down smoothly, but the Bible says in the end it's like a serpent's bite, a hidden poison. So we see that. This was an interesting point. We see it in like modern advertising.
That's exactly what I was thinking
Where to start
about.
the drinks, like all the Super Bowl.
We're on the
Bro,
beach,
You got
you
the
know?
you like the Corona. I like the Coors Light where they zoom in on like every like
Little
sweat
bead.
gland on there because it's ice cold and they just took it
And
into
the
warmer
mountains
air.
change color.
And then when they pop the top, the like this just has that perfect little spray, and the guys are drinking it, having the time of their life with their friends, and it just like it just looks so refreshing on
It
a hot
does.
summer day to crack open a beer and.
Even the sound, like
Yes.
when somebody's just opening a Diet Coke, and I'm like, that sound will catch me sometimes. I'm serious. Like,
You know, they do that in the studio with the mic right next to yeah. You like the Corona one where they're just lounging in the chair, tink, with
Yeah.
a little glass,
Yeah,
having the
that
time.
tink is the end of my
time
life,
of their
of everything
Some
that
of the
I
stuff
love.
that gets me is like they'll have some crazy, I don't know, like lemonade, something new that comes out, and I was like, where was that when I was drinking? Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to try that. That sounds really
like
good.
what is that? That Four Loco? No way.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that-
well, I indulged in way too many of those, so I did
That is the
unfortunately get to
wor-
try a
when-
bunch of those.
when you
But-
prefer seeing double, and that is the worst hangover I've ever
I'll
had.
tell you what kills me is now they serve alcohol in the movie theater. Where was that? I had to sneak mine
I
in
would
every
be
time.
dead. And the bowling
I know,
alley
yes.
and everywhere else.
You get served. The movie theater was a new one. It wasn't
I would be
in
dead.
my time. But so there's that. And then I want to bring up, like, I think this right here, like, God's trying to save someone a relapse with this. Because how many times do we get caught up in this where we just think about the one time when it was really great? We make the mistake of playing the highlight reel, right?
At our wedding, we
So-
had a champagne, or yeah.
The highlight reel in sports, if you know what it is, they take one player and they only show like 8 clips of the game-winning three-pointer, or when they made like a half-court shot, or they're throwing like the last touchdown, he's catching it. You know what I'm saying? All their like
With 3
amazing
seconds
plays.
left,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just like the best of the best that guy has to offer. And I feel like we make a highlight reel of this stuff in our own mind. But that one night when it was really good, like, I mean, we just had an absolute blast, and we're playing it. Man, I could see myself popping it and just having fun with my friends. Like, we played that one day. It felt really good that night. I'll never forget when we got high or whatever it is. And it's like we play this little highlight reel to ourselves, and that's how we like sucker ourselves into it, because we think about that. It sounds so good, and it sounds so calling our name.
All
It's
your
cunning,
senses.
deceitful.
Yeah.
And because we play that inside of our mind, we forget all the pain and the misery and the downsides to what's about to happen, and we just focus on how good that one time is going to be. That right there describes almost every relapse that I've ever had. And that right there is a reason that I say one of the biggest tools that we can use if someone's having a craving for something. I want to drink. I want to use. What do I do in those moments? To not unpack them all, real quick. First is pray. Beg God, like, God, please take this thought out of my head. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to do it. Have someone in your inner circle, people that you've already called, you already have a relationship with. You can blow them up and have multiple people, because if they don't answer, call someone else, whatever it is, share what's going on with you. And the third tool that I would say I use the most in this day and age in my life is think it through. and not play that one thing where it was really great. And I'm even real with myself. Maybe this, I don't know, sometimes I don't want to mess someone up out there, but I'm even real with myself. Like, if I went out and did opiates right now, it would probably be the best feeling ever. I haven't touched a drop of anything, a drink or a drug, literally in almost 12 years.
Amen.
It would probably be the feeling that I always dreamt of. But
Yeah.
after that,
But the next morning,
it's going to go away. And now I got that bloodlust on me again. And now I'm going to want to do it again. And then after that,
And more.
Now I
And
got,
more.
yeah, now I got to get more. Then I got to hide it from Bonnie because she's going to find out somehow. And I got to hide it from her. And then I got to hide it from the kids and everyone else. And I'm going to be thinking about it again. And I'm going to do more and more and more. And then eventually it's all going to come to the surface. Everything is going to get thrown away once again. I'm going to lose my wife, my kids, our house, all the stuff that we have. I'm going to lose my career because I can't run a nonprofit organization or stand up in front of people at High in Jesus and tell them how to be sober if I'm not doing it. All that's out the window. I got the guilt and the shame I'm going to be carrying around. My family's going to be upset. My son that I ruined his whole family with this stuff would be like so hurt and so mad at me. The sheriff, the guy that looked me in my face and said, like, I don't even do any partnerships with people in recovery anymore because it's come back to bite me, but I believe in you and I believe in what you're doing, so I'm going to publicly partner with you. Like, all that stuff is over with
one decision.
And now guess what? It don't sound like a good idea anymore,
So you
does
played
it?
that real.
I absolutely do.
Amen.
I've memorized it, as you can tell. I've told that to
Amen.
myself so many times. So if that one time I catch myself even thinking about it, I think about all that other stuff, and I'll be like, dude, that would be
The dominoes.
dumbest thing that you could ever do in your entire life, Justin. I remember that serpent that's going to come down. I know what's going to happen, man. It's going to be like a snake. It's going to bite me. It's going to mess up everything, and my life is over and done with. That's the thinking through technique that I've taught myself over these years.
Because I did that. You know, I had my 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm not going to lie. I hear stories like that. I almost don't know how you could come back from that. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's got to hurt.
And I would, relationship, thought I could start drinking one drink here and it,
Because it sounded good?
Yep. I was frustrated and I was like, I can just have one. It'll make me calm down. I didn't want to take antidepressants. I didn't want to do this. So I was trying to micromanage my feelings and emotions. So then it graduated into I'll get a 6-pack and a shot. And then it's off to the races after that. And before I knew it, there I was putting my kids on the back burner again. I was drinking every day, before work, after work, during work, when I woke up, before I brushed my teeth, and then here I am breaking out handcuffs again. So now that I have, and I think we discussed this when I came on the team, you were like, you got to be vigilant about that 2-year mark, because that's kind of when the wheels start turning, especially with me graduating drug court. Now I have no accountability unless I'm holding myself accountable, and
well, I'm gonna remind you the whole time.
Yes, you
it's
will.
not as 2, 3, 4, or 4.5. That's where it ended last time. Let's stay ready.
I want that today. Like, I don't
what
know
we do for each other.
anything, but I play that same tape out. You've said that to me before, and I'd rather play out the tape that I don't want than the one that co-signs my stuff. So, yeah, I don't miss not having hangovers. Yep.
For real. Excuse me. Goes on to say, your eyes will see strange sights. Your mind will imagine confusing things. You will be like one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging. I like that message. Like, do you prefer seeing double with your speech all slurred, reeling and seasick, drunk as a sailor? I mean, how many times has that type of life led us into seeing strange things, confusion, instability? That being like, it's basically like being on a ship tossed by the waves. You don't know where you're going. You're just getting manhandled. There's no stability in anything.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I get confused sober. So, I mean, my mind works pretty good, but like some days I'm like, I cannot imagine if I was drunk trying to do all this all over again.
No doubt.
I mean, I thought I was being quite productive during those times in my life. And I mean, could you imagine me trying to multitask? as I try to do it now.
I think we all had
But
our
wasted.
moments. I mean, some of the bosses used to like when I got high on opiates because I'd be the best worker out there.
Yeah,
But
till I didn't have any.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then so that one day it
You're like,
might have
"What
been
do you
good.
need?"
Yeah, but then it wasn't good after that when I stopped coming to work. But yeah, I mean, I just think that just goes back in and just ties back into like, do you really prefer it? I like how that's the opening.
Because it's a choice.
Is this what you want your life to be? Is this what you want to keep happening? And I think we have to know that there's no other option except this is what's going to happen again to me. And you can take this into anything sinful because sin's addictive, whether it's lusting in a marriage, cheating, stealing. I mean, we could go on and on. I don't need to list them all, right? But once you've like played in that field, you just got to know like this is always not going to end well. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me. We'll just stick to talking about drugs and alcohol here, is like there's no possibility I'm going to do one of anything and the same thing's not going to happen that happened every other time to me.
Yep. You're not going to do it better.
And
safer.
thank God I field tested that, because I would say the last, honestly, probably 5-6 relapses was all it was opiates. Like my brain would always think about that for a couple weeks, and then it would almost let me go. And it would just feel so good when my brain would just stop talking to me. And then it was oh, you can drink, you can smoke, you don't have a problem with that. And everyone else is drinking, right? And then I would drink, and I would almost be scared. The next day I'd be like, am I okay? All right, we're good. And then I'm like, man, I really want to drink this weekend too. And then I drink that, whatever it is, smoke. And then before you know it, I just want to go in the bathroom for 5 minutes and get, really high and get where I want to be. And then you give into that once and it's over with, man. So I know for a fact, I take it, I know everyone's got their own path out there. There's some people that supposedly can do something else and be okay with it. That didn't work for me. Doesn't work for a lot of people. And me and one of anything don't go in the same sentence. It's an impossibility. So
yeah, goes for me. Goes for a lot of us.
And then last, it's I like the NIV for this. It says they hit me. You're gonna say I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. It's like we keep getting beat up over and over again, and it's almost like we just act like we're not in a bad place, or we act like everything's fine. I like to, when will I wake up so I can find another drink? It's just that constant, always on your mind, always consuming you. You always want more. I don't know how else to explain. I know, so, with opiate withdrawal, I just had this. I know there's so many people, again, everyone's different. There's so many people are like, oh, the physical, I can't make it through. And they got to go to a medical detox and they got to do all that stuff. With all due respect, I've probably gone through the physical withdrawals hundreds and hundreds of times. Not going to lie, I can almost take that one on the chin. Now, I've had some pray for your death withdrawals off of methadone. We don't even have to, I was up to 220 milligrams a day at the methadone clinic. I staircased down way faster. I got into a fight with my counselor. They kicked me out of it. And I'm telling you, that was 2 weeks of pray for death. I hoped I died.
I've never heard that part of your story.
Yeah, I haven't shared that a lot. So that's another methadone. You want to do the methadone clinics.
I heard that is the, it gets in your bones, the worst thing ever.
I mean, I withdraw so many times I don't photographically remember. I photographically remember them. Is this ever going to end? I don't know how graphic I want to be, but I would snort a whole 80 just to be okay. You would feel nothing. It would just take the withdrawal away for a while. You wouldn't even get high off it. You wouldn't even get high off it. It was horrible. The methadone was the worst thing I ever experienced in my life. But the point is it just consumes you, man. It's all you can think about, and truly what I was saying is so you got the physical withdrawal, that's one element. The mental withdrawal, that was always the worst part for me. I felt like I could just get through I knew the physical would end at some point. The mental, that just doesn't let you go, and it's all you think about over and over again. Your brain just won't stop until you finally just do it. That was the worst part of the withdrawal for me. And so I related heavily to that. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? It was over my son. It was over anything in my life. When I was using and drinking, it was on, and that's all I cared about. I had to have it to be okay, and
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like that ever again in my entire
No.
life, man.
Well, I mean, when you were talking about that, I think about how busy I am now and like all the things I have to do. So if I had to get up now, I have to get up at 5 to get everything done. So if I was trying to make sure I had what I needed to get through a day, I'd have to get up at like 3 or not go to bed at all. You know, I mean, like, because I had to have a plan even in my using
Yep.
to do everything.
Of course.
So it just like the amount of time and mental like anguish of getting to where I needed to go, and if they didn't have it, like that was my whole day. I mean,
Were you good at it? Could you actually save it for the
oh, yeah.
next morning?
Yes.
You're
yes.
like my other friends. You always, we got to save it. I couldn't. My brain wouldn't let me go to bed. I would just do it all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
My
would just do it
stash,
all.
I would like
I couldn't
go
stop.
to it, but I had a limit of like I had to have something for them. I mean, because I
It
had to.
sounded good.
It sounds so bad,
Yeah.
but
Well, no,
I had kids to get to school, and
it
I
sounded
was a
good.
closet, or I thought I was a closet user. You know, I didn't use with people. Like
Yeah.
I was, you know, so I had to function. So if I didn't have nothing more, it was a bad day when Mama woke up and didn't have
I know.
nothing. I'm just like, it was real bad.
It's actually good you were able to do that. I tried. I had the best intentions, but I don't know why I just couldn't do it. I literally.
Or I was
could
really
not
bad. I
wait.
would hide it from myself, and when I couldn't find where I put it the night
Yeah.
before, because I would drink and hide my products. Yeah, that was a real bad day too. Until the day I didn't have
man.
anything, and then I would find it. You know, but yeah, I do not miss anything about that at all.
Oh, wow. The good news is the proverb shows us the warning of what can happen, and the gospel provides a way out. So we see that there's plenty of more
That'll preach.
insight that the Bible has to show us that, like, hey, here's the problem. God knows. He designed us, right? He created us, so he knows how our minds work, and he knows how addicting, like, any sin can be, really. But, you know, primarily drugs and alcohol, and there's a way out. Like, when you get to the point where you realize everything that we just read is true, when you're ready to say enough's enough, I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over again, when you realize that nothing that I can do ever worked out, and there's got to be something, a God out there that can do for me what I couldn't do for myself, and we're really ready to turn it all over.
Yep,
That's the greatest day that anyone could ever experience
It
right
is.
there.
it definitely is.
The good news is there is a way out. We've beat this. We know plenty of people that have beat this. Well, some people say, "Oh, well, we're still doing it." We're always, you know, people say we're recovering. I say I'm a recovered addict. That doesn't forget where I could go back to with
I
a
like
few
that.
wrong choices. That's how I tried to kind of check all those boxes. But I truly believe that, you know, with God on our side, with that ongoing relationship with Him, with staying plugged into some type of recovery and other people that are in recovery with us, that we take this journey together, that you can get to a point where you never use drugs or alcohol
Amen.
again in your entire life.
Amen.
I truly believe that.
I 100% do too.
So I pray that that's going on for people out there. If you do struggle with addiction, please reach out to someone. Let them know what's going on. You can shoot us a DM. We'll, you know, respond back to you as soon as we can. But there are resources out there. There are ways to get help. There's a way to not have to feel like what we just read ever again.
Never.
And I hope that's where you want to be, because I can
Yep.
tell you firsthand it's way better on this side of things.
Yes.
So to answer a question, does the Bible talk about drugs and alcohol?
Yes.
Absolutely it does.
And it
It's
tells
right
you what's
there.
going to happen.
Proverbs 20:23 there.
Yes.
So awesome. Well, I think that was a great episode.
Absolutely.
Appreciate if you stayed with us the whole entire time, man. We love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Comment what spoke to you. Comment if you something you want to hear about it. We want to know. Let us know on there for an upcoming episode. Oh yes,
Yes.
so stay ready merch.
Yes.
Yep, we got a promo. We got the hats.
And I got my
We're
special
ready, man.
made.
That's nice. Yeah. So we got the High on Jesus
Yep.
on the front.
Yep.
Stay ready on
And
the
my
back.
Stay ready on the back.
It's
Yep.
good stuff, man. If anybody's interested in any of our merch, our website, highonjesus.org. We got shirts, hoodies, beanies, hats,
And
everything you could
if
ever
we don't
want.
have the color you want, we can get it.
Join the movement.
Yes.